So, this is supposed to be a video about me going to Windows 11 and kind of telling you what I did. Yeah, I found out something interesting along the way. You know those game performance pluses that everybody's getting, you know, anywhere from 5 to 15% when they switch to Windows 11? That might not be because of Windows 11. We're going to talk about that. All right, so first of all, yes, there's coffee in here. All right, so first of all, being like a good little boy and a tech YouTuber, whatever the deal is, I was making preparations to go and swap everything over to Windows 11. And like a good little boy, I started going back and backing up a bunch of files and making sure that things like OBS, which I'm recording on with a webcam here, and some other things had some backup files in case I had to reconfigure some things after the move. And I was going to tell you guys what I did, and I was going to go ahead and run some benchmarks and say, okay, I did or did not get any performance gains like some people were saying. Well, now there's some other things. There's some bugs that AMD people have been saying, and I do have an AMD, so I have to be careful, that they're getting up to like 10 or 15% of a degradation in performance, and there's some other bugs going around. But the main one I heard at the beginning when everybody was on the beta or the test or the whatever program was that they were seeing about a 10% increase or so in most games. So me, like I said, being the good boy, going and backing everything up, I went to go make sure that I had all my benchmarks in place to get ready to go and upgrade to Windows 11, download the new NVidia driver, and then go ahead and go from there. But let me show you something. This is my spreadsheet with all my benchmarks, and you can see there's some green here. And it's because what it started out doing is I realized that I had not finished doing all the regular benchmarks for Horizon Zero Dawn. I'd only done a couple of them in 1440p. So I immediately went back and I said, you know what, I have to do those again. And you can see right here that I got significantly more frames per second when I did the new updated NVIDIA drivers, the Windows 11 ready drivers, than I did under the old July set of drivers. All I did was change the NVIDIA drivers, and I had a huge increase. So I thought that was a little odd, and I double checked it and I triple checked it, and then I went ahead and finished all these benchmarks, and then I started going through to some of these other benchmarks. And then there's a significant increase in there. Now, it might not always be there. It might not always, sometimes it's in the high settings, sometimes it's in the low settings. And these are all the ones with automatic benchmarks. I don't have the ones that I have to play through done yet. I'll get back to those. But like in Far Cry 5, you can see that on the higher settings, it was an improvement. On the medium or the 1080p settings, it wasn't so much. Everything was like that, except for Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Now, I don't know why that is. That seems to be a little bit of an off. I'm not quite sure. It's not bad. It's still very, very playable, very, very good, but maybe they'll be optimized a little bit later. But everything else saw some kind of improvement all the way down the board just by upgrading the NVIDIA drivers. Now, there's something else that I thought was a little bit strange with the NVIDIA drivers, and I'll show you that. We're going here to the NVIDIA control panel. Change resolution. This used to be where it stopped. 1440 native. That's the recommended, right? Because it's a 1440 panel. I've got two of them sitting side by side. There've been 1440 panels that I did reviews on, and I've got, these are both VA panels, and I've got a flat panel that's a TN panel that's sitting over there that's my workstation. All of them are at 1440p. I haven't bought a 4K monitor yet. Funny thing. Well, that says I can make this a 4K monitor. That says I can pick 4K. Now, I didn't pick 4K. I stuck with 1440p, but the reason why I asked that is because every game I tried, except for Shadow of the Tomb Raider, tried to automatically assign me 4K. It tried to put my resolution at 4K in every single game, and I don't know why. I started looking around, and the new NVIDIA driver actually has where I can put the monitors at 4K, and they do work. They will give me 4K resolution. And because of the first kind of a couple of tests I ran when I did that, and it took me a game or two to realize that, oh, wait a minute, hold on, let me check my settings. That looks awfully weird. And sure enough, I was in 4K instead of 1440p. I don't know what happened. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know if there's corrections coming, updates to the drivers, whatever the case may be, or what have you. All I was trying to do was go back and make sure all this was backed up and set up before I went to Windows 11. And guess what? I don't think it's Windows 11 that's making the difference for you guys. I think it's the drivers. Now, I'd be curious to know if somebody with AMD, if you've got a new RX RDNA 2 video card, and you have noticed any kind of change in your benchmarks before and after, or if you've run any tests before you switch to Windows, but you've updated drivers, I'd be very, very curious to know what you guys got as a result of that. But I'm telling you, the NVIDIA drivers were the update here. They were the ones that increased my performance, not the Windows 11 update. I'm still on Windows 10. I haven't made the move to Windows 11 yet, and I'm going to hold off on it for now. I will do it, but I'm not going to do it quite yet. I want to finish checking all this stuff out. I was really, really surprised, like I said, that the drivers seem to now allow me to not only go to 4K, but they made a substantial difference in the frame rate on a lot of games. So once again, I'm very curious to know what anybody that has an AMD card, if you had the same driver issues, or not issues, the performance boost on an AMD card. So I don't have one to test with, sorry, but if you guys could, go ahead and let me know that. And I'm going to go ahead and run a few more tests and figure a few other things out. But in the meantime, if you found this video helpful or entertaining or anything like that, throw me a thumbs up. If not, you can thumbs down. But I mean, let me know why, so I can fix it at least. Any kind of comments, especially if you're an AMD user and you've had results one way or the other, kind of let me know. I don't know with the newer drivers. Now, remember, some of the support was supposed to be dropped for older cards, NVIDIA and AMD. So some of those older video cards may not work as well, or you might not get any performance or whatever the deal is. So, I mean, what's the worst you can do? Try it anyway. But I'm telling you, it was the driver that made the difference, because I have not swapped over yet. I'll be curious to see if there's a change there too. Don't forget to visit me on the other socials, everybody. And like I said, don't forget to click and hit subscribe. Really trying to hit 500 by the end of the year so I can get on some of these affiliate programs. But that's all I got for right now. So, yeah, please do in the comments let me know if you've tried it and what results you might have gotten. I'm very, very curious to know. And if you switch to Windows 11 and still got a performance above that, let me know that too if you don't mind. So that's all I got for right now. So until next time, I got some more work to do, and I'll see you later.